Hello, everyone. We're sorry we're tardy, but we are in the ball. Wait.
You said we are in the...
I know. I caught myself. I caught myself. We're a little tardy. There was an accident on US 1, created some stuff, but Blake made it in here. He had to come from the dentist office. He's had a hell of a day. All right, but Bollocks this evening, and we're glad you guys are with us, and we are in the
Bozard Ford Studio.
Damn right we are. All right, and sorry, Blake, got threw you off. That was entirely my fault, because I did say we are in the, and you got a little excited, got a little thrilled there.
A little fiddle.
All right. First thing I got to tell you about the amazing people at Bozard and Bozard Ford Lincoln in St. Augustine. Their goal is to make sure your time and experience buying a car is stress-free, fun, and enjoyable. Bozard is a family-owned Ford dealership that has been in business since 1949. Bozard Ford Lincoln has been the recipient of numerous dealer awards, including being ranked #1 automotive dealership in the nation by Dealer Rater. Bozard Ford also has won back-to-back President's Awards, which is the highest honor given by Ford Motor Company. Check them out today online at bozardford.com.
Opposite the Castillo de San Marcos, which was built to defend the city from their raids, is the St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum, which houses the world's largest and most authentic collection of pirate artifacts, and it's curated by Pat Croce and the Croce family. Included in this fabulous collection of over 800 items, exhibited in 40 immersive exhibits, is one of only 3 surviving Jolly Roger flags that's left in the world.
Immersive gets me every time.
Immersive, yeah.
Yeah, that's a word that I get hung up on.
Okay.
You're doing great.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. You know how long I practiced?
You should continue.
All right, where we're up to?
Seagold.
Seagold. I like, Seagold. Seagold. Those are the ones that steer your french fries on the beach.
Seagold. Okay. You're seeing gold.
Seagold from Blackbeard's ship, the Queen Anne's Revenge. That one off the Carolinas. And the blunderbuss he used to steal and keep it. See treasure chests and jewel-encrusted weapons, as well as memorabilia from Hook and other pirate-themed movies. That's a fun part of it. There's a scavenger hunt designed for the younger guests to learn about pirate lore as they explore the museum, as well as a fully stocked gift shop. Put an eye patch on, grab your parrot as you experience the golden age of piracy, which is located downtown in St. Augustine, across from that self-same fort.
All right, and I'm talking to you about Saint. Experience the art of Italian dining at Saint, nestled in the heart of historic St. Augustine. From handmade pastas to rich risottos and indulgent tiramisu. Every dish blends authentic Italian flavor with modern elegance. Sip a craft cocktail, savor seasonal ingredients, and enjoy the breathtaking views from their second floor balcony or rooftop patio, where you can take in the bayfront or even spot the lighthouse on a clear day. At Saint, every meal is a celebration. Join them, and celebrate, or us.
Oh, that'd be good.
I don't mind.
Nice meal there.
You let me know. We'll go there.
Yep.
And elevate your dining experience.
Well, since 2008, which was quite some time ago now, Brightway Insurance, the Casey agency, has been guiding St. Augustine through hurricanes, floods, fires, and more. Boy, I hope they had a nice, peaceful hurricane season. Mm-hmm. Led by longtime local Ashley Casey, who I will be calling. Sorry, Jamie. Yeah. This is insurance done the brighter way. No confusing jargon, no one-size-fits-all policies. Just clear guidance, multiple quotes, and customized coverage that protects what matters most. With deep roots in the community and decades of experience, Ashley and his team make insurance simple, affordable, and personal. Visit them on the island at 108 Seagrove Main Street or call 904-217-7547. Brightway, the brighter way to do insurance.
All right. And by the way, Raymond, I need you to give me a call if you're watching from Brightway. He handles my stuff over there. He does a great job.
Well, I'm going to go give them an opportunity, though. I've been with my guy since we moved to St. Augustine, and he's sort of a local Long Beach guy in retrospect. But, gotcha. It's time to get just a comparative quote.
All right. Yeah. It's always good to check it out. Right. And the good thing about Brightway is they have so many different places to shop from. Mm-hmm. They can give you options, and you can choose which one fits you best. Yeah. So.
Jamie's done right by me, but by that same token, time to just get another perspective.
And they encourage you to do that. Yeah. So, all right. And we have other sponsors that I got to tell you about. Solar Stick, Abear Kreskin Associates, Anastasia Construction Group, Powell Heating and Air, Meehan's Irish Pub, A.D. Davis Construction, St. Augustine Distillery, Citygate Spirits, A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing, Anastasia Diner, Moultrie Creek Diner, and Mr. Electric. Thank you guys each and every day, keeping us on task.
And on the air.
All right. There was a brouhaha. A brouhaha at the county commission.
Ooh.
There was one 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
There was another one today.
Okay.
2 weeks ago, they put Commissioner Joseph back in his chair, and they had Ann Taylor as vice chair.
Okay.
There was some accusations going back and forth, and I don't know where these accusations, which ones are false and which ones aren't, so I'm not going to go into the details of the accusations.
That would be prudent.
All right? So they were going back and forth, accusations going back and forth. Mr. Murphy said that he wasn't going to support Ms. Taylor as vice chair, and everything kind of blew up from there 2 weeks ago. All right? There was then some accusations against Mr. Murphy. He said today that all those things are cleared. He went through with attorneys, his own personal attorney, and all those things are clear. And he requested the removal of Commissioner Joseph as chair.
Okay.
And he wanted to accept the position and basically change his vote from 2 weeks ago. So,
was he the deciding vote out of the 5 of them?
and that's where I think there's a little bit of sunshine thought
Question?
process that it's in my head.
Okay.
But I'm sure he's a smart guy.
Right.
I'm sure he consulted and said, "Can I do this first?" Because the way I understood it in Sunshine, not in Sunshine, but in a Roberts rule,
Okay.
not Sunshine rule.
Right.
Sunshine, I don't think there's a violation at all.
Okay.
But in Roberts,
he didn't talk to anybody.
he didn't talk to anybody.
So that's fine. He can keep
But
his own counsel.
in Robert's rule, it's usually for it to come back up for a vote, it has to be someone who is on the winning side. Now, Commissioner Whitehurst seconded his motion,
Okay.
so I don't know if that qualifies for that. So I mean, there's
So was it?
still some questions that I have, and I question why he didn't vote. He got upset 2 weeks ago, and that's what he said. He apologized for getting upset 2 weeks ago,
Right.
and he said that he thought that affected his decision making 2 weeks ago, and he wanted to make it right from where he was at.
Was this a new agenda item at this meeting today?
It came up in commissioner's comment.
So was this under new business?
It was no commissioner's comment's always at the end,
Okay.
so it wasn't an agenda item,
Okay.
and it wasn't new business, and it wasn't brought up when they set the agenda for today. It came up in commissioner's comment, which is still a votable because you have your quorum still,
Okay.
which is still an allowable voting group, and not everything has to be on the agenda to be voted on because this can happen and things happen from commissioner's comments. But this is a big one.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
Was
don't
there
know.
public comment?
Huh?
Was there
Yeah,
public comment?
there's always public comment. Yeah. So
Okay.
and there was public comment there, and you know they were more concerned about the 5 commissioners getting along, and you know it's so polarized. It's kind of the 2-3
Oh, welcome to America today. It's a shame it's a small town, right?
combination. So you know I like Clay, and I think Clay will do a good job.
Okay.
I think Clay made a mistake 2 weeks ago by not voting for himself.
Okay.
You know, and I hopefully all the T's were crossed and the I's were dotted, so we don't have any other legal ramifications that can follow this,
Right.
because it's out
Votes.
of normal government protocol.
Right.
So anytime anything's out of normal government protocol, there's some legal questions
right?
that have to be answered.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping all of those do get answered.
So Clay Matthews is this great linebacker?
Clay Murphy.
Clay Murphy.
Not a great linebacker.
Not the guy with the really good hair that
Okay.
sacked everybody
Right,
in
exactly.
the 90s
Not a great linebacker. Okay.
or 2000s.
How much time is left in his term?
He has 3 years. So
So he just got reelected.
Yeah, he was elected for the first time last November.
Okay, so he's in his first term, and it's a 4-year term of which he's in the middle of his first year.
Yes.
Okay.
He's in the middle of his. He's actually
Second
he's
year?
at the beginning of his second year.
Okay, fine.
Beginning
Okay.
of his second year.
So he's got time ahead of him. So he's not like doing this and then out the door have to run for re-election. Okay. And Commissioner Joseph, who was in the seat, also, what's her standing and status?
She's starting her third year.
Okay, so she's got 2 more left.
She was chairman last year. She actually nominated Kristen Whitehurst to be chair,
Okay.
and he said, "I'm busy. I can't." Like he has his own business,
Right.
and he's like, at this time he's doing some stuff with his business and his family. He says, I don't have the extra time, because being chair, you have the same amount of voting power,
Right.
but you have more responsibility and more time
Right.
that's expected of you.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, like as like the chair, you're supposed to be like the representative, like delegate for like most like meetings as like a representative of like the county and like the main delegate for the board of county commissioners, correct?
Well, you have to go to more. You can't give your own personal opinion, but you can present the board's opinion.
Right.
And if you give your own personal opinion, you have to say, this is not.
Right. Speaking
This
personally,
is
here
not speaking for the board
as a public citizen, private citizen.
commissioners, because there's three women, 2 guys. So I'm sorry if I use that term. I am
It's very
almost.
bizarre
I am.
nowadays.
I am almost 60, so that's a.
Yeah, guys has become gender neutral.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't let bathroom guys use any longer.
So, but I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to offend anyone by my.
Right.
That was not my intent. These 5 commissioners have to figure out how not to be so polarizing
Okay.
from one side or the other, because it's almost a 50-50 split. The next race for Commissioner Arnold in her district and Commissioner Joseph in her district, I think they're going to be 50-50 split. It's going to be a coin flip.
Yeah.
And I want, this is a $1.7 billion corporation. And if your board of directors can't have a cordial conversation, we're in for some trouble.
Are these theoretically nonpartisan seats? Do they run as Democrat or Republican?
No, they're Democrats and Republicans.
Okay.
Yes.
They're all 5 registered Republicans.
So this is your opportunity, County Commission, to act like adults and show the rest of the country that partisan people can get along together for the benefit of their constituents. How about that?
But they're all 5 Republicans.
Yes.
It's
And they're not getting along.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing that the Republican Party can't get along with each other either.
They're all 5. They're all 5 Republicans, but there's fighting.
Making it so much easier for me. Carry on.
Yeah, there's fighting. I don't think it matters if there's a D and an R. It's definitely a this side and that side.
Is there one particular issue that has them at odds? Is it personality conflicts? Is it financial issues? And I don't mean their personal ones. The financial management of the county.
Well, I think I think there's a group that sees some of the previous people as developer friendly, and the group that is defending that leaves off details of why they might have to vote for a particular thing. I think this is probably one of the better groups that we've had on slowing development with the tools that they have. They don't always have the tools to say, okay, we can't do this, but let's try and get it to a better location because of property rights in Florida is going to win out over the big bad government.
Yeah.
So, and that's the way the makeup of our system is set. So it's easy to say and attack them on, well, they opened up this many homes. They're attacking them for homes that opened up that were approved 2 administrations back.
Right. I mean, these things.
But
take
that
a
doesn't
while.
stop the opposition side of attacking. And,
Well-
and instead of attacking, use some of that energy to do some good stuff.
Right. Well, the concept of that could be we have too many homes in construction in the pipeline right now. Not that we don't need more, because apparently we do, but we need them at a different price point quite possibly not in a choke point in the communities. Now, educate me on the fact that wasn't there, or is there still a commissioner who was in the home construction business? Is he no longer on there?
No, I don't think there's been one in a while.
Wasn't that Houston or
that was states. That was the Florida state senator, Travis Hudson.
Okay,
Yeah,
he
his
didn't,
family.
he didn't come through the county commission.
No.
No.
He was a state senator.
Okay.
No, he was a state senator, and he's not in the family business. So it's
Just a tough position to be in if it's your family business.
but
not
I
his
mean,
family.
I can tell you this:
As hands off as you may be, it's difficult to convince people of that. Unfortunately,
you're an only child, so you don't want to get caught for what your siblings and parents have done. But I mean, so you can't cast those things on. But I mean, I understand.
Right, exactly.
I understand.
Right. It's hard. It's hard to. Right.
It makes for that easy target, and
Right.
people are
Unfortunately and unfairly.
Unfortunately, the way our government is set up, it's more on go on the attack or go on the defensive, and not let's do what's the right thing. So, and I think that's where we're at in our society, and it's both sides.
Yeah.
And but this one is
I'm
with
surprised it's all Republicans.
this one is with, well, we're 80-something% Republican. I mean, I think we're less than that. We're like 60% Republican, and then 30% independent and 20-something
4 Democrats.
and 20-something percent Democrats.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're Republican.
Yeah.
So so the factions have happened within that party.
I'd like to start asking some people in the county, define Republican, and see how that comes up with dead Ronald Reagan, or what the Republican Party used to be.
Yeah. Now I consider myself a blue dog Democrat, and I'm okay with saying that because that's what I came up as.
Yeah.
Now I have gotten more defensive of my own money that I've earned.
The problem, as a small business owner, I've always been a fiscal conservative and a social liberal, and that's it's tough to blend them together at times, unfortunately, because of the cost of things and the need for social services and the need for policing and the need for them in concert, and it's tough, but it's necessary.
Well, I'm hoping Clay, as chairman, can figure out how to find some common ground with the opposition that he's facing right now, and the two that voted with him can find some common ground, and Commissioner Taylor and Commissioner Joseph, because I know all 5 of them.
Right.
I think all 5
most of them on the show at one point.
I think all 5 of them. I think all 5 of them have kind hearts.
Yes.
I think they can all find this if they stay true to themselves, because there's groups from both sides that have people chirping in their ears.
Well, that's
And the 5 people that I know, I think they have if they can find that kind heart and listen. I think was it 2 weeks ago when I talked about listen to learn,
right.
Yes.
instead of listening to respond. All 5 commissioners need to listen to learn instead of listening to respond, because I think a lot of their reactions are not true to the commissioners.
Okay.
And this goes. I'm not throwing it on any particular group, but I think I'm putting it out there for all of them to hear it. Just listen to learn, and don't be, that person's gonna bust me up on social media. Do what's right. Just do what's right.
Yes.
So and you're gonna end up in a better place. Everybody's gonna end up in a better place. So
Yeah. I mean, there's important issues that you need to take care of, and the responsibility is heavy upon those people.
yeah.
I know of what I speak.
Yeah. All right. You had a topic, and I think, are we good with that? Closing out that topic?
Yeah. I think we're good at that. I think we're good at that topic, but I also do want to mention because when we keep bringing up these stories about the county commission meeting, like there's all those people like, oh, you're only gonna invite like these like certain commissioners on because you're friendly with them. But I know you wanted to clarify that you have all 5 commissioners.
All 5 commissioners are welcome, and I know I see a commissioner in there, and thank you for doing what you're doing, and I know how hard it is to do what you do, because all of them are putting themselves out there. Mm-hmm. All 5 commissioners, you're welcome to call and come on the show. I like I said, I have great respect for all 5 of them, and I want them to listen, to learn, and that's my only message today. So I think sometimes they get so caught up in the argument that sometimes some points get lost, and that's both sides are doing it, and it's not healthy. So, all right.
I'm going to try to keep your blood pressure down.
Please keep my blood pressure down,
because the off this morning.
School district got me going this morning.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the Blake purposely put a story in this morning that if you only want to catch a 2 minutes of it, just grab the reel that Blake put out, because you can see my face turning as red as the shirt I'm wearing. So.
And I was pretty pleased, not for your blood pressure, for the fact that you were going off and I wasn't in the room causing it for the change.
Yeah, it was somebody.
So that was. So thanks, Blake. Well, sorry, Amanda, that you had to see that.
The story, we had a homeschool mom and a private school dad, and they're blaming the vouchers for their financial woes, and they just raised the school district.
There you go.
Millage, right?
All I know is my property taxes. I'm homesteaded, and my property taxes went up $400, and that was a 20% increase.
On the school district side.
Well, I didn't break it down because I didn't realize the school district did it. I just did it overall, and my property taxes went up 20%.
Yep.
Or something ridiculous like that.
But you're going to raise my blood pressure some other way.
I'm going to try not to, because this is going to be an interesting conversation on. All right, so we won't call it hypocrisy, because that'll set you off in the wrong direction to begin with.
Mm-hmm. But it is in the title.
Well, that's fine, but I think what's being done is horribly hypocritical. We are,
and we're moving to the federal level, I'm assuming.
Yes, no. We're leaving. Okay. We're out of state. We're out of county. We're out of the local municipalities.
We're moving to the federal level,
internationally, into the big picture, into the big puddle called the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean.
Yep.
And the Pacific, apparently now. The federal government and the U.S. military is doing the best they can, or apparently the best they can, in trying to curb the flow of drugs into the country.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way they're going about it is silly and ineffective, and I think there's a tremendous amount of people who agree with that, because all they're doing is...
Well, the previous 50 years have worked so well.
The war on drugs?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The war we clearly lost.
The war on drugs, yes.
The war we clearly lost, the war on drugs.
And the backpedaling is, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But to stop the flow of illegal drugs into the United States, they've blown up or shot down from the sky 20 to 23 alleged. And, they may have the evidence, but they haven't provided it to anybody. Mm-hmm. So we'll go alleged narco-terrorist conveyances that are, in theory, bringing drugs nowhere near the United States, mind you, but to the Caribbean, or larger ships, where, in all candor, they may be transported.
Nowhere near the United States.
Yeah.
I thought a majority of those got shot, over Gulf of America.
No, they're out in the Caribbean.
Oh, that's the boats that got sunk in,
yes.
in the Gulf of America.
Nothing got sunk in the Gulf of America. There is no Gulf of America other than in Donald's brain and on T-shirts.
Why are you so hypocritical?
Not I, said the little red hen.
There's more of America that touches it than Mexico.
I agree. However, there's historical providence.
Is not Mexico in North America?
Well, it's very good you say that, because you know what today is? It's the anniversary of the Monroe Doctrine.
I did.
Okay? So there you go.
If you'd have watched the morning show, you would have heard me say that.
Okay, So he said, keep your stinky European hands off of our hemisphere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which to a degree is in play now, except we're doing it against other people from our own hemisphere.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying this is all right or wrong. I'm just saying that there seems to be a huge disconnect for me.
Mm-hmm.
In the fact that under the auspices of stopping the flow of drugs into America and the volume of drugs that may or may not have been on those 20 to 23 boats that have killed approximately 80 people,
mm-hmm.
Hasn't been proven. I'm not, I can't say that it is or it isn't, but the normal process for drug interdiction is to board, seize, and take the drugs and the and
Put
the
Americans at risk.
The U.S. Navy and the U.S. Coast Guard can beat up a bunch of alleged fishermen on those boats.
Isn't it easier if they're they're not fishermen? That's the problem.
Well, we don't know that.
They're not fishermen. Come on. Then
prove it. I'm not saying that's not. Just prove it. I'm not disputing it.
Yeah.
But prove it for, you got
Goodness
the information.
gracious, this is honestly why we have such a problem with our government. And I can tell you right now, I have zero remorse for those 80.
I understand that. And when they get proven to be fishermen or dumb schmucks, you still have no remorse for these people and their families and their children.
They're not. Then come on the squawk and say exactly who you are. You think that they've blown up every person that they've had contact with, because that's what the media is saying. Oh, they blow up they don't blow up everybody. They are getting on the squawk. You're going to be. They're filtering through this. They're filtering through this process.
With who?
And with the people on the side that's about, you think they're not having communications with them?
With the people on the boats?
Yes.
No, I don't think they're having communication with them at all. Where do you know this?
What Hollywood land do you live in?
Where do you know this, that they're talking to people on those boats?
What Hollywood land do you have you ever been in a private plane?
Yes.
They talk to you constantly. You know the ones that are getting blown up? The ones that don't respond.
Okay.
That's the same in boats. Boats that are traveling across the country, they have the exact same equipment. You think they're not saying, hey, identify yourself, and if they answer in the wrong way, boom, they're blown up.
Just to play a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Battery's dead, radio's broken. They're dead, according to your hypothesis.
They have an emergency. All you have to do is hit that button, and it sends out an emergency beacon for help. And if you lose that, if you look, I've traveled through the Bermuda Triangle, and I've traveled over.
I think you're giving
over
these
water.
Alleged drug runners a lot of credit for being...
I've been in airplanes, and I've been in boats.
That have been smuggling drugs?
No.
Okay.
That have these equipment.
Yes.
And you make contact with your equipment.
You're presuming that these drug runners have that equipment available to them and are going to push an emergency.
They're drug runners. That's why they're getting the shit blown out of them.
Allegedly.
They're getting the shit. They are drug runners. Gosh, damn.
Then just show the evidence.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. They would save their own lives if they showed their evidence that they were not drug runners. Guess what? They're not showing the evidence. I guarantee you, I will eat this freaking hat.
It's a nice hat. Don't do that.
It is. It's one of my favorites.
That's a nice hat, man.
So I'm being serious about it.
Plus, it's
one
really
of my favorites.
Kind of high in fiber and pretty tough to chew.
It's going to be very leathery.
So don't make bets that you can't cash.
I'm gonna need a lot of sauce.
Okay.
But I can tell you right now, I've been in planes that have flown to the Bahamas, and I've been in planes that have flown back from Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
All right. Constant communication.
Yes.
And you're identifying who you are by tail. You say what elevation you're at, and all of these things.
Okay.
That is not happening they're not either responding or they have been completely identified of who they are. They're not just randomly going, oh, that looks like a good one to shoot.
And that's very possible because according to the president, he knows the home addresses of these people. Today he's saying, oh, we know where you live. We know where your house is. Fine.
Well, that goes.
Shut up and put up.
That goes to the story about the teenagers not trusting politicians.
No. They don't trust it's the media they don't trust.
Yeah, they don't. Well, they don't trust
anybody. Exactly.
They don't trust anybody.
Well, the old line: don't trust anybody over 30.
Yeah, and you trust. It used
to be 40.
You seem to trust the media more than you do our military.
The leaders of our military right now, absolutely, no doubt about it.
But you trust the leaders?
He is the most incompetent Secretary of Defense we've ever had. I'll stand by that.
I feel way safer now than I did under Biden.
Fine.
Because, it was just, come on.
Okay.
And then fentanyl went completely out of control.
Okay. None of this, by the way, blowing up is fentanyl.
Okay.
It's cocaine.
Okay.
It's not fentanyl. Fentanyl comes over the border from Mexico and comes into boats over China through the port of Los Angeles and Long Beach.
Okay.
So this is not curbing the flow of fentanyl in the country at all.
All right.
And again, taking 20 boats out of circulation, and how much could they carry? Some of them might even be marijuana, though I think it's a waste of space to use.
That makes no sense to grow marijuana in a different country now.
Anymore, exactly.
That makes absolutely zero. There's no financial gain in that.
The cartels are now up in growing it in country.
Yeah,
they grow it in country.
So,
they bought out,
Right. Homegrown.
Because I watched the Ozarks.
There you go.
Did you watch Ozark?
No, but it was sheriff country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was there was heroin. It was what they were, the poppies.
And this could be heroin as well.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. So if we're blowing up all this heroin, why are we now, Mr. President? This is the hypocrisy part that comes in your vicious war on drugs, releasing cartel leaders, releasing the president of Honduras. And I'll tell you why, because he wants his authoritarian candidate to win the election in Honduras, which is happening today, I believe, along with a congressional seat in Tennessee, which I don't think she's going to win, but I think she might make it close. We'll find out. She might not. She might think doors blown off.
My opinion in that is I think he's an informant now at this point.
Oh, okay. Now.
That part I'm not arguing with you.
Right.
And I don't think it's right.
Right.
So
that's my point.
That's where the hypocrisy comes in. I understand.
And what good is letting Ross Ulbricht out of the guy who started the Silk Road, this brilliant dark web mastermind that I will have whatever you want brought to your house overnight from the Silk Road dark web. Why is he pardoning him? You don't do a war on drugs by blowing up the drug.
I don't know enough about it to have an opinion, so I can't argue with him.
Okay. Ross Ulbricht was the guy who created Silk Road. Are you familiar with Silk Road?
Still don't know what Silk Road is.
Silk Road was a deep web, dark web, online drug shopping center. You could get any type of pill, any type of narcotic.
If it's so dark, how do you know about it?
It wasn't a secret. And by the way,
it's not a dark web. That's what I'm saying. You just proved my point. You said it's not a secret.
No, it wasn't now. No, because they got arrested.
If it's a dark web,
then
it's not a,
Can you get into the dark web?
I don't know what the hell dark web is.
Neither can I, but if you're looking for a hitman, that's where apparently you have to go if you watch TV.
I've been bitten by a black widow before. Does that count? Seems like a dark web.
No, the webs are kind of glowy.
Okay.
Nice way to try to deflect, however.
Yeah. No, but I don't know what the dark web is. You don't know what the dark web is.
I know what the dark web is. I can't get it. Yes, I do.
How do you get into it?
You gotta know how to. I can't open my freaking computer.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know.
Not knowing how to access it and knowing what it is are two totally different things. Yes. I can't get to it. I can't program my freaking phone. I know my phone is here. I know what my phone is.
The dark web.
I don't know how to make my phone work.
Blake, do you know what the dark web is?
Yes, I do.
Do you know how to access it?
I don't want to.
Then you don't know how to do it.
Right.
Then you don't know what it is. It's called the dark web because no one knows what it is.
It's a dark web.
People know what the heck it is.
Everybody knows what it is.
But
you just can't. And people who hackers can get there at ease.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't work my phone. I'm not hacking into that.
I am not going to use my damn iPhone to get into the damn thing. FBI agents.
It's like saying I know what a unicorn is. I can't find a unicorn. You can't find the dark web. Does it exist? No, it doesn't exist.
Nice try.
Not in our world.
Nice try.
Not in our world.
Blake, when you go home tonight, educate your father a little bit, would you please?
No. I don't want black cars coming to my house. Damn.
Yeah. I've had it happen before, so I've probably been closer to it than you guys.
What?
Yeah. So.
Parks and Rec days gone wrong?
Early days.
So anyway, so in his great war on drugs, he's pardoning convicted drug dealers, drug kingpins, and narco-terrorists.
Okay, we're saying it in plural. You've given me
2 so far.
Okay, the Honduras guy is also a kingpin?
He was the head of a narco-terrorist conspiracy and said very, very gleefully, I'm going to shove the drugs up the nose of the gringos.
Say that again. A narco-terrorist conspiracy.
Okay, where do I have it? Over here someplace. Somewhere this guy, the president of Honduras, said...
Very key word.
What?
Conspiracy.
He wasn't doing it by himself.
Okay.
I'm not saying that Trump is in on the conspiracy.
Okay.
But you don't run a drug organization without conspiring.
Okay. All right. So I mean, you're saying the president of Honduras. You're saying you think he was the head of it? Yes. He got convicted. Okay. He got convicted. The president of Honduras got convicted in the United States by a U.S. trial and a U.S. jury. Okay. And has been put in jail. Trump is freeing him. He's pardoned him. Right. Yeah. Because there's an election in Honduras where Trump's authoritarian favored candidate
is not leading, or he's leading by barely low amounts, and we'll find out at the end of the day today.
Okay.
So whatever it is, there's something in it for Trump because he doesn't do anything without something for him.
There's a deal that's made. He's an informant.
Yeah, but you see, you're being talk about unicorns. Mm-hmm. You're thinking this is going to be beneficial for all of us. It's going to be beneficial for Donald J. Trump.
How?
Don't know.
How?
I don't know.
No. The man
so
is.
Do you know how it's going to be beneficial for all of us?
How? The guy is a billionaire. He does
Allegedly.
He's a billionaire. Come on, man. You lived in New York.
I know. That's how I know him more than you people who live in Florida. He came down and moved here lately when people in New York said,
take your ass back to New York then. Gosh damn. He's a billionaire. How can you deny that he's...
Now?
He was a billionaire when he went into office. He was worth $3 billion. He said he was worth 10.
Okay.
But the man is a billionaire.
And how much is he worth? What's he worth now?
He's probably worth 5. So probably he's going to say he's worth 20. He's
and
probably
you haven't found a unicorn yet?
He's probably worth 5. What all you do is listening to your CNN bullshit or MSNBC.
Well, that's because Fox News won't do any of this.
And thinks it's factual.
No,
but it's not.
No, I listen to alternate perspectives.
I got a fact check here from Forbes directly. Their estimates is like around 7.3 billion.
Okay.
He was saying he was worth 10 when he was worth 4. He's worth more now, so that makes sense. I don't think my 5 was a bad guess.
But here's the thing. The big thing though was because it came from like what happened last year with all of his business ventures, especially specifically crypto, because he added $3 billion to his net worth from last year.
Right. Right.
So
when they changed the rules.
So with that theory, what president hasn't benefited from being president?
They have, but I'm still wondering why he's pardoning these guys if he's got this big war on drugs.
He's got, and I'm not saying he's got something attached, but I don't think it benefits Donald J. Trump directly.
Do you know this man to do anything that doesn't benefit Donald J. Trump directly?
Becoming president. Did he get shot or did he not get shot? Does he constantly have life threats against him?
Every president does. It has nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the position.
That's what I'm saying. That does not benefit a person to become a man of $3 billion. Say the low number, $3 billion. Guess what he really needs in the world? He doesn't need more money. He can't spend the money he has right now.
Somebody explain that to him.
In his lifetime. No, this is the media bullshit that you just follow.
Or you ignore.
I'm telling you right now. No, I don't ignore it.
Yes, you do.
No, just try.
You don't know the websites I look at. You don't know the newsletters I look at that are unbiased and do both sides.
Well, bring one of those in once in a while.
Every day. What do you think I'm speaking from?
Once in a while. No.
From the left, from the right.
Yeah,
from the middle.
From the far left, from the left. I've never seen you go to the right. Not one time. Not one time. But it does not benefit a man who's worth $3 billion to become president. If you think that math, you're really bad at math.
I admit I'm bad at math, but I have no faith in this man being anything other than have no integrity whatsoever.
I'm agreeing with you. It benefits in some way. I don't think that individual from Honduras, which the entire country of Honduras probably isn't worth $3 billion. I mean, it is, but that's an exaggeration in my conversation.
They have nice beaches.
Yeah, right. It's an exaggeration in my conversation.
You're being a little hyperbolic.
Yes, so I understand that. But that man can't bring anything to Donald Trump's table.
So then why is he letting him go?
The guy was convicted. He's an informant. I'm telling you right now, he's an informant.
Who's he informant on?
Maduro?
You still think he's the freaking leader.
No, he's out. He's in jail.
You thought he was the leader when he went to jail. He wasn't the leader. If you believe he's the leader, you need to understand how money works. That man was not the leader. You don't put...
The leader of what?
Of Honduras. He's not the leader.
He was the president
of Honduras. But he's not the leader of that cartel.
He was.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. That's the whole thing. You don't put your president up on this pedestal and say, he's the leader. The guy who's got the money is down here.
You don't think
he's
this guy...
hiding out. And he's telling this guy what to do.
So I guess Manuel Noriega wasn't a drug guy either. And he was the president of Panama. So that doesn't add up either?
Yeah.
Well, so what? So Panama works, Honduras it doesn't work? You can't have it both ways, Troy. You can't have it both ways.
What year was that?
I don't know. When did we go in there? It was in the 80s?
It was in the 80s.
Yeah, so?
You don't think things have changed in 40 years?
Not for the better.
In technology?
Of course they have.
And information?
Fine. And I have great faith in our intelligence services.
Yeah.
How do you think they got this guy?
How do you think they were blowing up all those boats that you say don't have drug dealers on them?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, show me the money.
You can't have it both ways, Lenny.
Show me. That's all I'm saying. You got the information. I have great faith in our intelligence services. Show me the money.
Sorry you said that.
Why? You don't have faith in the intelligence services?
No, you just said, and that's who's giving us the information on the boats.
No,
and the
they're not giving us the information.
Okay, we're all American citizens. At least I am.
Yeah. And what information are you getting?
I don't need that information.
See? Then you're just blindly obsequious.
You want to know every boat they blow up and the information on every boat they blow up.
I just want to see some documentation.
You think that is safe for our country to have that information? You literally.
Why? What's going to happen? People are going to swim out and try to get them before they get blown up?
Your education is worth now $500,000.
Okay.
In today. And that is what you believe. You think that we should have that information about drug dealers, and you think that keeps us safer than what they're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Why? You
agree.
don't think that knowing, and look, and I'm not saying put anybody in harm's way, but they're basing this
by
on
letting them get to this country puts people in harm's way.
They're not coming close to this country.
That's exactly it. Thank you. That's the whole freaking point.
Good. So what are we doing about fentanyl from China and fentanyl from Mexico? Not a bloody thing right now.
I'm sure we're doing something.
Actually, there's probably a lot less coming over the border in Mexico because nothing's coming over the border now.
There you go.
Those damn Canadians that are letting it in from the north side.
Blame Canada.
No, you can't blame Canada.
Blame Canada.
They're too nice. You can't blame Canada for anything.
It's your
They're
fault,
too apologetic.
It's your fault, eh? Figure out your damn economy, would you?
Gee, if only their prime minister was an economist.
Yeah. Figure out your economy, would you guys? We need your Canadian money.
Not worth that much, but it's pretty.
Yeah.
Much prettier than ours.
Yeah, it's very stylish.
When do we start getting with gold currency? Oh, by the way, and now the state of Florida is making it legal tender to use silver and gold coins. So shake out all your pennies, and they didn't say anything about copper. Actually.
Yeah, coppers. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, no, I have a friend for years who's been collecting silver dimes and silver quarters, because when the world goes to hell, he says, if they're pure silver, not with the little copper.
On the ring.
Yeah. That you know how much it is, you know what the weight is, and you know what it's worth. So the value is easy to figure out. And when the world goes to hell, he'll have a commodity that he can barter with. So he's been saving up for years. He's got probably a lot of heavyweight stuff trying to lift that shit.
Yep.
So.
All right.
Is everyone
Here's
good?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's hypocritical with a lot of what the federal government does. I agree with you on that. It's hypocritical in some of the strategies that they're doing. But I don't think we have all the information.
Right.
And I don't think we have the right to all the information.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens when they stonewall Congress, when these guys go before the Senate Armed Services Committee, because the question of whether or not this is legal to begin with is the case. And it's all coming down to the two guys that were hanging on the side of the boat that got killed in the second strike. And this is where a lot of this is coming out now, is whether that was an illegal extrajudicial assassination or murder.
Yeah.
And
because they weren't going anywhere at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But the premise is, if you want to stop this by blowing this stuff up, just means there's going to be another boat tomorrow and another boat tomorrow, another. It's a revolving door. And
they're going to run out of money. They're going to run out of money and boats. Because businesses, you have to change your business model when you start losing volume like that. I got a feeling that
there's a lot of time before that's going to happen, and a lot of people that are going to get killed before that happens. Because the next guy's going to say, "Well, he did it for $500 and got killed, but I'll do it for $1,000." So they're not going to run out of people.
Pretty sure we got plenty of bullets.
I don't doubt that.
Don't bring drugs around my kids, man.
Okay, but you're not going up the food chain. The normal process is interdiction.
How well has that worked in the 50 years?
They worked them up, and they got. How do you think they got the president of Honduras?
You know what they're doing right now? They're hitting them. It's a business. The drug business is a business, and if you make them have enough losses, what happens? They go out
to a different corner.
They go out of business, or they stop coming here.
The drug business is not going out of business.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Not going out of business.
But
and the war on drugs is a loser.
Yeah.
But there's some light at the end. This is the best
strategy I like so far.
Okay. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, however, because the federal government can't pardon people for state crimes. So Larry Hoover, who ended up with over 100 million pounds of drugs or $100 million running drugs through Chicago a year, got pardoned by Donnie. But he's still in prison in Illinois because he's on state murder charges, and the president can't do a damn thing about those. This guy ran Chicago. He caused more deaths and drugs in Chicago, murdered people in Chicago. I don't know if he personally or if he signed it out to...
He assigned it.
So, but you know what? He's got state murder charges, and he ain't getting out of jail. So, and I do not see the governor of Illinois pardoning this guy.
You got to hit him where it hurts, in the wallet.
Now, I don't have a problem with Biden pardoning thousands of drug users in his final days, because these were low-level people incarcerated for weed and cocaine and things of that nature, and these are not the big
three strike rule people.
Correct.
Yeah,
well, it's like the Rockefeller drug laws put more people in jail in New York than anything.
Well, I mean, Clinton didn't see that coming when he put that law in place.
Right.
So he just didn't. I mean, you can't see 20 years in the future what that's going to do.
Correct.
So,
but again, you have people chirping in his ear. So the woman who is now his pardon advisor is a woman who was in prison for too many years for a low-level drug offense. One of the Kardashians waddled into the Oval Office, and
I thought I saw a chart of pardons going through presidents, and I'm gonna grab my iPad real quick.
Okay, grab it real slow.
I saw it like yesterday, and the numbers of pardons, and there's something else, clemency.
Clemency, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of clemency that Trump gave, but not that many pardons.
Clemency gets you out.
Yeah. So and
like commute your sentence, if I understand it properly.
Yeah. So that's kind of the way I saw it. Looking up the history of Blevins popcorn.
You got rights.
Yes, I'm going to do pardons by presidents, because it was interesting. Because I thought the numbers were going to be higher.
Okay.
And it wasn't as high. And it was the clemency.
Clemency is broader. A pardon is fully forgives crimes and restores rights, whereas clemency just commutes your sentence.
Yeah. And so I think when we're using pardons, it actually has to do with clemency.
Right.
So,
pardons are under clemency is the overall term.
And
pardons are under
Biden
that.
had, let's see here. Pardons or clemency. Biden is the leader with 4,245. And
is that pardons and clemency?
Yep.
Or clemency?
It's both.
Right.
4,200. And Donald Trump is at 1,700.
His term or total?
That includes its total. It's 17 to 21. And 25 to present, and he's at 1,700, and that includes 1,500 pardon on January 6th.
I was going to say, there's got to be half
a majority of that. Right. I mean, if you take those out, we're only talking about 200, but they're just
right. And then if you take out his fake electors and his people that tried to overthrow the election and all the financial criminals that he's worked with, that's another couple of hundred.
Yeah. But I mean that's showing
upstanding people.
But that would be clemency, But if you look at the raw numbers, like you said,
well, yeah,
and it says 4165 clemency was for possession and methamphetamine. It wasn't for weed. It was for those two. I thought it was for weed.
More for weed, yeah.
I thought it was for weed.
Yeah.
So that kind of threw me off.
Yeah, and he did that. Biden did that in his final days. He pardoned thousands of people.
So. And Jimmy Carter is obviously the leader of all leaders.
Well, that was all the draft dodgers.
Yeah. So outside of that number, he only had 566, which was still a big number for just 4 years. So Franklin Roosevelt had 3,065. But if you go...
Yeah, but that was 4 terms.
Yeah. The only person outside of Jimmy Carter is Andrew Johnson, who
Civil War
pardoned the Confederates.
Yeah, a lot of them too.
Biden is in third place behind just Jimmy Carter because of Vietnam and Andrew Johnson because of the Confederates.
All right, hey Blake, make a note for us to check on Trump's way out the door to see how many other people get pardoned.
Yeah. So
Biden did that at the end of his term. So we'll, we'll
Trump,
wait another couple
Trump
of years.
was at the end of his term. He didn't know if he was coming back.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So we'll see
he
now.
did,
Yeah,
he,
right?
did, he didn't stack it.
He didn't care. There was nothing in it for him.
He didn't stack it. So, I mean, like I said, there's 1,500.
Right.
1,500 of his 1,700 is from January 6th, which I also believe.
And the rest
which
are
I also believe
friends,
is bogus.
right.
I believe is bogus. So
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So.
You know, but it also has people have to stop and say, well, then why are we putting faith in our juries and our judges and our criminal courts when they're convicted, they're proven guilty, a jury of their peers, or a jury, because I don't know if you're a peer of the president of Honduras, convicts you, finds you guilty, and the judge adjudicates you to life in prison, and then the president of the United States says, yeah, well, let him out. You know, how do you have any, why do you got to bother with the judicial system then? If it's going to be for naught?
No, I mean, he got elected president, and that's been in since day one.
Yeah, I know.
It's been in since day one.
Yeah,
So
but he uses it transactionally.
I think Biden did too. Obviously at 4,245.
I mean, maybe for Hunter and his family.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say if if you do a deep dive on both, neither one of them are going to look good.
No, I don't think so.
Trump and Barack had 1,927. George W. Bush was a hard ass. He was there for 8 years and only had 200.
Okay.
So George H.W. Bush, top cop, when he head of CIA.
Yeah, that's not a cop, but okay.
It's not a cop.
No.
They don't have arresting power. They don't
Possibly.
investigate you and show up with guns.
They can, but it's not.
Okay.
But it's not what they do. And if they do that, they'd have to do that in Europe or Asia or someplace else.
Yeah, outside of the country.
They can't do it in the country. So no, they're not cops.
He's still. I think.
All right.
I still think I'm.
All right, no, the CIA does not have arrest powers.
It's outside the country though.
No, they don't.
So.
But
They're not law enforcement. They're intelligence gathering.
yes, but the FBI can.
Of all our presidents, he's the closest we have to a cop. He was head of the CIA.
Yeah. Trying to think.
Marshall Dillon wasn't in there.
I'm trying to think if we had an attorney general.
He only did
Hold on.
He only did 77.
Hold on. We did have a president. It was Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt, right? He was police commissioner, as a matter of fact.
He was police commissioner of New York City from 1895 to 1897.
Right.
Okay.
There you go.
So.
Played by Tom Selleck in the movie.
Big stick.
Calm down. Calm down.
I was going to say,
Calm down.
who the hell did that casting?
Calm down.
I was like, I did not see that movie.
But I would.
All right.
I certainly would.
We've had, 47 presidents now.
Right.
Take a guess which president had the fewest pardons.
Thomas Jefferson.
Blake, do you want to take a guess?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Taft.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very judgy. Two had zero. Both of them died very early on.
Okay, so Garfield.
Yep. And a guy who died even quicker.
Who was that? Was that Pierce?
William Henry Harrison.
Okay. Was that the cherry guy?
He got pneumonia.
Okay.
No, he got pneumonia at his inauguration and died like 28 days later.
Yeah.
So he was sick the entire time he was president.
Who's the guy who ate the cherries and the sour milk and died?
Was that Taylor?
I don't remember.
Tyler? It was in that same,
Yeah.
somewhere between 10 and 15.
Right. That blank year that nobody knows what happened.
Yeah, check who poisoned themselves with cherries, Blake.
Cherries and sour milk, I believe.
Yeah. So I think it was John Tyler, but all right. It might have been Zachary Taylor.
I don't remember.
All right.
They do blur at that point.
Woodrow Wilson had several because of after the
World War
War I.
Yeah.
He was at 2480. And FDR had 3,000.
2480, 2400.
2,480.
Okay.
Yeah. And FDR had 3,687.
Yeah, but he had more tenure in the position than anybody else, so he had more
12
opportunity.
12 years and 13 years in.
Much more opportunity.
So, yeah. So, the biggest one's Jimmy Carter.
But my point on all of this is if you're going to go blow up alleged drug boats and kill alleged drug smugglers, then stop letting alleged drug kingpins out of fucking jail. Leave them be.
Yeah.
They got adjudicated properly. They got there. Why are you letting them out? What kind of message does that send? Sends to the next guy. Oh, you know what? If they catch me, yeah, I'll send Donnie a fruit basket and he'll let me out.
Yeah, but then the numbers just showed that he didn't let out as many as the last guy.
He let out the big guys.
But also though did they also don't but did the people that Jimmy Carter pardoned did they donate to his presidential library?
They probably did.
Right.
They probably did.
Or send him an airplane.
Yeah.
Picking on the poor Kuwaitis.
All right, guys, we're at the end of the show. Good show. I didn't get my blood pressure up that much.
I was taking it easy on you.
I was just kind of releasing some energy.
Taking it easy on you because
You didn't get my blood pressure up as much as
I
the
think,
school
you know,
district did.
a bright and well-informed individual like you can see the hypocrisy and the mockery of our judicial system.
I don't know if it's the judicial system. I think that's the executive system that's
Well, mocking the judicial system.
the mocking of from the executive branch.
Correct.
Okay. I
Correct.
gotcha.
Because, you know, it's not like these were even bench trials. These were jury trials. So, you know, there's a lot of that.
I don't know which one. They didn't say that in those numbers of clemency and pardons, but wave goodbye and act like you love them.
I do.
And you're going to be back Thursday.
And I'm going to be taking the night off tomorrow. I have to go see Dark Star
You got the
Orchestra.
Blevins boys tomorrow on Bollocks.
So nobody's blood pressure will go up.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Night.